Today we are going to see remote procedure calls. That is RPC is a form of inter-process communication, that is IPC. In that different processes have been different address spaces. If on the same host machine they have distinct virtual address space, even though the physical address space is the same, while if they are on different hosts the physical address is different. Many different technologies have been used to implement this concept. Types of RPC is, note it down. One is callback RPC, second one broadcast RPC, third batch mode RPC. There are 5 components of the program. One is client, second client stub, third RPC runtime, fourth one server stub, and fifth one server. In RPC method is process do not share address space. RPC offers simple call, syntax unknown, semantics. Move to next slide. Introduction of RPC, remote procedure call. RPC allow program to call procedures located on other machines. When a process on machine A calls a procedure on a machine B, the calling process on A is suspended and execution of the called procedure takes place on B. Information can be transported from the caller to the calling in the parameters and can come back in the procedure result. Go to next slide. Third point. Okay, no message passing at all the visible to the programmer. This method is known as remote procedure call or often just RPC. Go to next slide. It can be said as the special case of message passing model. It has become widely accepted because of the following features. Simple call syntax, second similarity to local procedure call, that is familiar semantics. Its specification of a well-defined interface. This property is used to support compile time, type checking, and automated interface generation. It's easy of use. The clean and simple semantics of a procedure call makes it easier to build distributed computation and to get them right. Its generality. This feature is owing to the fact that in single machine computations, procedure calls are often the most important mechanism. For communication between parts of the algorithm. Its efficiency, that is, procedure calls are simple enough for communication to be quite rapid. It can be used as an IPC mechanism to communicate between processes on different machines as well as between different processes on the same machine. Move to next slide. RPC model, and this model is similar to the well-known and well understood procedure call model used for the transfer of control and data within a program in the following manner. First, for making a procedure call, the caller places arguments to the procedure in some well specified location. Control is then transferred to the sequence of instruction that constitutes the body of the procedure. The procedure body is executed in a newly created execution environment that includes copies of the arguments given in the calling instruction. After the procedure execution is over, control returns to the calling point, possibly returning a result. RPC enables a call to be made to a procedure that does not reside in the address space of the calling process. The called procedure may be the same computer as the calling procedure or in the different computer. In case is second, since the caller and the callee procedure have disjoint address space, the remote procedure has no access to data and variables of the caller environment. RPC facility uses a message passing scheme for information exchange between the caller and the callee process. On arrival of request message, the server process extracts the procedure parameters, computes the result, sends a reply message, and then avoids the next. On arrival of request message, the server processor extracts the procedure parameters, computes the result, sends a reply message, and then avoids the next call messages. Move to next slide. See the diagram: caller and callee, client process, server process. Client process call procedure and wait for the reply. Listen carefully. The caller is commonly known as client process. Okay, client process sends a call request message to the callee, that is commonly known as server process, and wait block for the reply message. The request message contains the remote procedure parameter among the things. Second, the server process executes the procedure and then returns the result of the procedure execution in a reply message in the client process. Once the reply message is received, the result of procedure execution is extracted and the caller execution is resumed. Move to next slide. any one of the two processes is active at any given time. It is not always necessary that the caller gets blocked. There can be RPC implementation depend on the parallelism of the caller and the callee environment. The RPC could be asynchronous so that the client may do useful work while waiting for the reply from the server. Server could create a thread, a process, an incoming request so that the server is free to receive other request. Move to next slide. Next topic is transparency of RPC. Transparency in this design issue, the major issue of this of the design of an RPC facility is the transparency property. The RPC mechanism in which local procedure and remote procedure are efficiently indistinguishable to programmers. This requires the following two types of transparencies. One is syntactic transparency, semantic transparency. Syntactic transparency means meaning that the semantic of a remote procedure call should have exactly the same syntax. Okay, this syntactic transparency is in same syntax in a remote procedure call. Semantic transparency means that the semantic of a remote procedure call are identical to those of the local procedure call. It is not very difficult to achieve syntactic transparency of an RPC mechanism, and we have seen that the semantic of remote procedure calls are also analogous to that of local procedure calls for most parts. The calling process is suspended until the called procedure return. The caller can pass all algorithm to the local procedure call for most parts. There are three types. Note it down. Calling process is suspended until the called procedure returns. Second, the caller can pass arguments to the called procedure, that is remote procedure. The caller can procedure can return result to the caller. The same semantics for a remote procedure call as for a local procedure calls is close to impossible. This is mainly because of the following differences between remote procedure call and local procedure call are unlike local procedure call, which remote procedure call, the called procedure is executed in an address. phase, that is disjoint form of the calling program. Address phase. Due to this reason, the called, that is the remote procedure, cannot have access to any variable or data values in the calling procedure environment. Thus, in the absence of shared memory, it is meaningless to pass addresses in arguments, making call by reference point highly unattractive. It is similarless to pass arguments values containing monitor. Second, remote procedure calls are more vulnerable to failure than local procedure calls, since they involve two different processes and possibly a network and two different computers. Remote procedure calls consume much more time, that is under 2000 times more than a local procedure call. This is mainly due to the involvement of your capacity to handle the long days that may be because of these difficulties. The achieving normal call semantics for remote procedure calls, some researchers feel that the RPC facility should be non-transparent. For example, the remote procedure should be treated differently from a local procedure from the start, resulting in a non-transparent RPC mechanism. Similarly, the designers, the RPCs asks for the opinion that alternate. Although the RPC system should hide low level details of information passing much the India. Sorry, one more time I am repeating the difficulties of remote procedure calls. RPC feels the facility should be non-transparent. Okay, it should be treated differently from local procedure from the start, resulting in a non-transparent RPC mechanism. Its designer RPC in where the opinion that all through their RPC system should be hide low level details, the message passing from the user, failure and long delay should not be hidden from the caller. That is, the caller should have the flexibility of handling failure and long delay in an application development application depending manner. In conclusion, although the most environments total semantics transparency is impossible, enough can be done to ensure that distributed application programmers feel comfortable. These are all the transparency distributed operating system. Next topic we will discuss in next session. Thank you.